Does your child struggle with time management, or do you struggle with time management? If you do, I have 5 tips for you today. My name is Kathleen, and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I help busy, overwhelmed parents understand their child's frustration with dyslexia so they can support, encourage, and empower them. I'm going to be sharing 5 tips that I wish I knew growing up to help with time management. Because dyslexia affects way more than just reading. It affects executive functions also, and one of those is time management. So let's get into these tips. Tip number 1 is actually to set your schedule the night before. So before you go to bed, just go ahead and set the schedule and figure out what you're going to do. I know when I do this, I sleep better and I get up and I'm way more productive in the morning. So figure out what you're going to do the night before. Number 2 is to create 3 action items for the day. Don't have a running to-do list. It's overwhelming and nothing gets done. But if you have 3 key action items to work on, that becomes much easier and you can accomplish what you want and feel way more productive. Tip number 3 is one that makes me the most successful, and that is to do the hard thing first. That's right. Because when you stop and think about it, you spend so much time dreading it, coming up with excuses, and just not doing it, that you've wasted all this time. So instead of coming up with all these excuses, take that time that you spent coming up with the excuses and do the task, and see how much better you feel once that hard task is finished first. Tip number 4 is to set a timer and just give yourself an allotted amount of time to work. I know that when I set the timer, I get more things done. I'm just like, I'm going to get this task done in the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to set a timer and I focus. This way, my head is focused in the game, working and getting it done instead of being on social media or checking out Facebook or doing something else that is not productive. When I tell myself this isn't the allotted time, I need to get it done, I'm so much more productive. Tip number 5 is to batch. So batching is doing like items at the same time. So doing things all together. So grouping like items. So an example of this is when I create social media content, I do like a week's worth all at the same time. So I'll sit down and create it all at the same time. So my head is thinking about the same thing instead of switching gears every day. You get more done when you do this. So an example when it comes to studying is sit down and make all the note cards you need for the week. Go ahead and read all of the chapters all at the same time. So you're sitting down and reading, do a quickie review from all of your subjects. Just kind of sit down and review the notes that you took that day or for the week, just to have the information fresh in your head, or the notes that, if you have the accommodation of the note taker, the notes that the note taker took, to compare them to your notes. This could also be anything where you do like items and you become more productive. There you have it. Those are the 5 tips that I have for you today to help with time management. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys.